In this video, we are going to calculate the frequency distribution table, or we are going to make the frequency distribution table. What is frequency distribution table? Frequency distribution table is basically requires desired intervals, interval width, and you have to calculate these frequencies and sorry, frequency and relative frequency. Now this is the dataset that is given to you. Now first of all, you have to calculate the frequency of these numbers, how much they have been repeated. So we are going to calculate their frequency by using the formula. You should know this formula, and you can, if you want to write it, you should write it or practice it as much as possible. So the to calculate frequency, we will use this formula count if. We will use count if, and we have to give the range from this to this, and by pressing F4 would make it absolute range. You should know the difference between absolute range and relative range, as we have covered that in some other lecture. Now by pressing F4 it would become absolute range, and now we will use the equal sign and this, and we will give the which number we should use is before, so the bracket should be closed, and this is going to give us the frequency of 1. 1 is only one time in this bracket, so we can copy this formula to the lowest, and as we can count, these are 20 numbers, so total is 20. So the desired intervals are given as 5. This would be given in your question, or you should know how much intervals you want to create, and the interval width is 20. For example, sometimes you want to create, like, you make grades of students, like the students falling in 70 to 80 should be given A, or should be counted how much students got such marks. So this is that interval width. So we have created the interval start, interval end, and sorry, so we have created the intervals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals from of 20 difference, having 20 difference. So frequency formula should be is equal to is equal to we would use count ifs, as we are going to have multiple intervals. So first of all, we would give the range. This is the range where we are going to find our intervals. Now making it absolute, has been made absolute, so now we would use comma and use this. So it is the same formula that we used previous time, and E9. We should give E9, and again we would give the range, and it should be less than that. Sorry, I have used plus sign. And F9. So that is the formula of counting. Here we are again, we would make it absolute, as it has been made absolute out of this, and press enter. This is going to give us the frequency, and now we can copy that formula to the other cells. As all of you know, the relative frequency for relative, the formula for relative frequency. So we are going to calculate that through Excel. It is this frequency divided by the total of this whole. So we would use count, count, which means that all these frequencies. So count from this to this and make it absolute. Press enter. So it has given the relative frequency of this formula. So these are the relative frequencies. Thank you so much.